right, I'm here with a couple of Nuggets appreciators and ball knowers, Chad Andrews, Andy Bailey. All right, here's my question. Yoke's playing a ton of minutes. He's putting up better numbers than ever, if you believe it or not. Is he actually better than he's ever been so far this season?
I'm going to say yes. The minutes is a big part of it because he's typically playing like 33, 34, so you jump up to 39, he's going to get a couple more assists. But I do think he's looking to pass even more than he typically has. Like 11 assists a game is nothing to sneeze at. And then I always felt like the one thing that was missing was just consistent three-point shooting. He's always had lulls here and there. I don't think he's going to stay at this percentage he's at right now, but if he does, like, he's going to break a bunch of his records again. Like, it's crazy. He just keeps finding new levels. It doesn't make sense.
I was trying to think of a reason to say he's not, and like that's a pretty hard stretch. Like, how can anyone make the argument, right? Numbers are one thing, but then, when you see the impact on playing with different rotations, different lineups, younger guys, and it's still as good or a greater impact than there's been, like, to me, it's almost a carryover of, I almost beat America's Best with Team Serbia. Right. So I'm going to do whatever I want with whoever I want, and you're not going to do anything about it, right? There's no argument to say he's not better than he's ever been at this point. So,
are you worried at all, though, about the minutes? Because he is up there. I think 38. We're taping this before the Mavs game, but are you worried at all at the minutes he's playing?
Yeah, because, look at the way last year ended, right? I'm less worried about him than anybody else, right? I would say that. It's a terrible pun, but, he's obviously a workhorse, right? You don't want to do it, but what are your other options, right? Until you figure out something else to lighten the load, or you can get into a rhythm and maybe a schedule situation where you reduce it, 2 minutes at a time, and then 3 minutes, and then up to 5 minutes. I don't know what else you do at this point.
I would say concerned, but only mildly. He doesn't have the kind of, I should knock on all the wood, but he doesn't really have the kind of game that lends itself to being injured. He's not much of a high flyer. He doesn't, it sounds weird, but he doesn't like cut and jump the way that other athletes do. Just the way he plays it's all craft and smarts, and he's been so healthy for years. I could, I'll knock on wood.
Get us for real quick. There you go. All right. Yeah, he's testing fate there a little bit.
But I do think at most it would be mild concern. It would be better if he's playing 34, but I kind of think it's cool to see the numbers.
It is cool to see the numbers. All right, last one I have for you guys. Christian Braun, Julian Strawther, Peyton Watson, those three guys, obviously in different roles, but who's impressed you the most in the role that they've been given so far? Or I should say impressed or surprised.
Brown for me, not necessarily surprised, because I felt like I was banging the drum as loud as anybody that he would be fine in this starting role. But he has probably been a little bit better than even I expected. I think he's at 16, 17 points a game right now. He's a bigger, more physical defender than KCP. I think they're different defenders, but in certain ways, I think Brown is better. He's a better cutter. He's a better driver. I think Denver's free throw attempts being up has a lot to do with him. I think you could point to really cool stuff with all three of those guys, but for me, it's Brown who's jumping off right now.
I would say first, no surprises, but most impressive is definitely Brown. I don't know that this continues or how long it continues, but if it does, he's the most improved player in the league. Like, period. He wins the award. Like, that is a massive jump from what people's expectations were and the criticisms of what the organization was in the offseason with him expected to step in. That's a huge victory.
It was probably an unfair question. The answer is easily Brown. I should have maybe cut him out of this one, because those other two guys have been impressive, including Peyton Watson. But you know what? The Nuggets are impressive right now, and they're getting ready to take on the Mavs. So